So the Orange Democratic Movement, that is ODM, has just celebrated its 20th anniversary. It has been a county-to-county grueling, gala, and the final one that happened at Sarova White Sands Hotel, bringing together all, say, influential, formidable forces that contributed to the making and the existence of ODM party, including some of its members. Of course, one of the main still outstanding is current President William Samoei Ruto, as well as the Odinga's empire. So one dramatic moment was during the cutting of the cake, and of course, led by President William Ruto, he had to, cut the cake, slice it into different pieces so that, he fits some of the major characters who included Winnie, Gladys Wanga, but then mainly Oburu Odinga. So when the time came for him to feed Oburu Odinga the cake, if you squint closely in the video right now that's playing right over there, as you can see, it looks like Winnie Odinga whispered something to him. It was like, usikule hiyo keki, Kasongo anaweza kuwa ameweka poison ama ameweka spell hapo ndani. Usikule anko, tema. But she said it quicker. Now speed it up with ×3 or ×5 or ×7 in terms of speed. So you can see Kasongo is slicing the cake and then feeds, he eats it and then he feeds the rest of the piece too. But you can see Winnie is changing the fork and everything. And that moment took social media by storm and it went viral like wildfire. What caught my attention was some of your feedback. There's somebody who said, some of the comments just on the video on TikTok, somebody said, Ruto anaweza kunywa sumu na yeye akose kwenda. Na yeye asiende. Okay. Hata jaba haimezwi, haitemwi haraka hivyo. Anyways, very true. Kwani how long does it take kuchew jaba na kuitema? Anyways, another one said, Akiwini aliambia Oburu asikule hiyo cake. Yeah, for sure. I believe you. I don't know why. The way, if you squint closely and observe, she whispered something into her uncle's ear. Another one said, Oburu's karibu ameze akasikia sauti ikimwambia, Joey. Wow. Another one said, Winnie alibadilisha fork. For real, yes, she did. Avoiding state funerals at all costs. Hataki state funeral ingine. Anyways, but what I know is, traditionally, if you know somebody had a hand in your brother's, demise, you don't eat with them on the same table. If you suspect or if you believe. And also, basing off of that, this is a party that was founded by Raila Odinga, and for many years, they've been at loggerheads of, they've been, I'd say, two different worlds apart from, Kasongo. It's difficult. They're not even supposed to be fed with, traditional, if you're to include those traditional, cultures, especially with what they believe. And now you can add in the political aspect of it. And I get why Winnie was very quick to just whisper something into her uncle's ear. But also here as well, if he would have swallowed the piece of cake, then it means that he's pledging his allegiance and loyalty to Kasongo. So the battle is, will ODM sustain its blueprint and its vibrancy and its color and its voice and its strength until 2027? Will it still be a resounding, strong opposition force or party? For now, from my observation, it just looks like ODM, it's on its final preparation for its demise. That's how it looks like. And especially now that they have Kasongo in it, you have to pick a side. Choose, are you part of GAVA and you cease to be opposition, or disintegrate from GAVA and stay the heck away and just be opposition? But I'd advise this, and this is just my own opinion, they should let that party rest in peace. They should let it rest in peace and maybe come up with something different. But it's going to look like it's a family feud, and then some of the influential forces in it, and then finally it will collapse. That's what I foreshadow. It might collapse. Not sooner, but once 2026 there and then 2027, ODM could be a ghost. That's just my word on it. But they have to choose a side. Pick a side very fast. Be part of the broad-based and cease to be opposition now that most of the members are actually in GAVA, or stay outside. Because at this juncture right now, this one is unfathomable. It's unbelievable. Very ridiculous. But anyways, they'll continue fighting for it, even though James Orengo has really had some strong sentiments about what he thinks and how he feels about them being part of GAVA, and the strained relationship that, Raila Odinga had, and then as well as them being allies with, GAVA. It's just ridiculous. Anyways, also I believe maybe the reason why Oburu did not eat the cake is maybe he has health issues, sugar issues, sugar intake, uptake. Of course, cakes are very sweet and whatnot. Or maybe it was a sour cake. Or maybe they made a special ODM cake. You just don't know the ingredients that went into that cake. Or maybe he remembers something. He's like, no, I'm not supposed to eat it. Those moments you're doing something and you realize, oh no, the pleasure is just too much. But know what? I'm withdrawing from it.